Okay, I believe you guys can hear me now. Hello, is anybody there?
Yeah, we can hear you. I think Cameron's just having a little bit of trouble with his mic.
Sure, no problem, man. So let me just start the recording and then we can start from there.
Yeah, sure. He's just privately messaging me just because I think he's trying to sort the mic out. Just one second.
Oh, no problem. Hey, man, are you set? Are you set already?
I think he's having some issues with his mic over there. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, his mic is unmuted, but he's saying to me that he can't hear anyone or speak.
How about he leave the live stream and then come back again?
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. We'll get him to do that. 1 second.
Hello. This is a lot better. I don't know what was going on there. I couldn't speak.
Yeah, absolutely great, man. No problem. Let's start now.
Yeah, no worries. Stephen, my business partner, which is also called General, are you here?
I am. I'm here. I can hear everyone loud and clear.
Brilliant. No worries. Right, we're off to a good start. 15 minutes in, we're good. We've got 116 people here. Nice to hear y'all, and thanks for tuning in. This is I'm Cameron, also known as Commander Solo, and my business partner Stephen, who is General Solo. We run a project called Solordia, and who is it that's hosting this? Is it yourself, Liam?
Yes, I'm the one hosting. So let me just start the recording and then we can start from there.
No worries.
Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're from. We're having an AMA session with Solordia, and this project, to be honest, is an amazing project. These guys are amazing, to be honest. And also, there will be, at the end of the session, there will be some giveaways for the community and the best questions. So you guys just stay tuned and get ready for your questions when it's time for the community question starts. So, who's the, I think, Commander Solo?
Yeah, I'm project lead.
Okay, so could you give us like a little bit backstory about like the background, like the foundation of your project and all that?
Yes. So there's a bit of history to it, and you'll have seen if you've ever looked at the charts, its peak was 16 million, and we're currently sitting about 220k. So that's quite a drastic drop. The project started around December 2023. It was founded by two guys, and it was a meme coin, and one of the first meme coins in this cycle's meme crazy saga. So it was called Solordia. I seen it popping off back in March and all that. It was going really well. You can see it in the chart where we're gaining ground. They had just a small meme. They're doing obviously other things like AR NFTs. I think they were one of the first projects to do that. They were doing Bitcoin ordinals. There's a lot of things that the original team had done. But with the profits that they made from their bags, what they did was go and create a game. And not just a game, they basically created an Unreal Engine 5 game. And like, we played the game. It is genuinely really, really impressive. And basically what happened was there was a promise from GameShift, Solana Labs, that they were basically doing a partnership, and they would basically be a grant to continue finishing the game, and like 6 months to a year of free access to the blockchain, hosting, everything was like promised. So the whole community rallied towards that. The game got released in July, the 31st of 2024, and you can even see there was no real chart change due to one major thing, which was it turned out GameShift were basically leading them on. They obviously got better deals on the table with their budgets, and they got pushed. And I was heavily invested at this point myself, along with many, many others. And all we were watching was, despite the game getting released, our funds going down and down. And essentially, one of the original guys wasn't in part anymore, so it was just one man basically running this, doing every hour he possibly could, and he was trying to secure this deal, but they just kept getting worse and worse deals, and it got to a point where it wasn't even worth taking anymore. And with them basically putting all their eggs in one basket, the project just fell on its face, and basically there was no one really skilled enough in the community to take it on. However, myself, it was September at this point. I knew that we could do it, but we were in the middle of launching our own business. And I took it on and said openly to the community, I'll work through things between now and December, but my busiest period is November, December. And this is where you see the chart absolutely fall on its face. It basically doubled the chart when I took over. We changed direction slightly, but with me being absent and just not being able to do it, it just fell on its face. So it got to about 150k. And I said we return in January with a team, and we're going to do this properly. But 2-3 months is a long time for people to hold out for, and there's not many eyes on us. So basically, with this project sitting at 150k market cap, and I brought on a good team. We've got in-house gamers, we've got in-house social media, we've got my business partner that is a brand ambassador, and myself, and always open to other people as well. But basically, if you go onto our socials and just see from January onwards, we're going through a rebrand. We're going through basically pillars of our roadmap, which we'll allude to throughout this AMA. But essentially, it's not a community takeover. It is just a handover. So it got handed over to myself. I've assembled a team, and we're confident that we can pull this off. We've got a very strict market plan and roadmap, and excited to hear everyone's questions on the whole game itself. But the game is available to download. I think the download link currently on the website is under works because we're changing the host. Again, just all these things, we're trying to get passwords from the old team and all these things over the first week of January. So we're very early into this. So this is a great if you hear what we're offering, then yeah, I do think this is potentially a 1000x project. So I'll hand it back to you, Liam, and just where do you want to go from here?
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. I like the fact that you were very transparent and plain, talking about the project and all that. So regarding like your tokenomics and all that, so can you tell us about how like the token really works in use cases and stuff like that?
Yeah, so as for tokenomics, essentially this was started as a meme coin. So it's got meme coin tokenomics. It's got, I think it's I haven't got at hand, but there's yeah, I don't actually have the at hand the number of how many tokens are, but essentially it was like before Pump.Fund. This was launched directly on Radium. That's where the liquidity pool is. So it was launched as Solo, SOLO, and that is what was the meme coin token, but when two separate things. But essentially the community funded the game. So when I took over, I was like, well, I owe it to the community to continue this rather than starting a brand new token. The most sensible thing probably would have been to take the game to investors and use it as a business and then release a token later. And we would probably make a shit ton of money doing that way. But we're genuine, we're honest guys, we'd rather do this the right way. The community's built this game with their funds, so despite it falling on its face, we'd rather take it up from where it is. And in terms of how tokenomics work going forward, that's still something we're going through, but Solo as a token will be the in-game currency. So holding Solo represents the development of the game, so it's the investment in the game. Holding Solo also, there's a community chest that basically will fund the game development alongside all our other monetization methods. But the Solo tokenomics, to be exact, I don't have an exact answer of how things work, but play to earn, all these things are, especially with like in-game currency, in-game transactions with skins, guns, maps, everything that's going to be available. The whole idea, if you've seen any of the gameplay, they developed it's very much like Fortnite. And one of our side projects with the project is capturing the whole meme culture. So we're approaching various projects as well, and they're approaching us where we do a deal with them, they enter a tournament, and they'll all play off against each other. And with that, obviously, all their communities will be subject to it. They get a skin in the game to participate in the tournament, and it'll be team matches. So basically, we've already got one participant, and it's a Unreal Engine 5 generated meme skin within the game, and that all adds to the lore of the game, but also brings so much eyes on it. And yeah, so in terms of reaching that, that's going to be great. Liam, is there anything else?
Just
Like I
to
said, yeah.
sorry to interrupt you there, Cameron. Just to throw a little bit of tokenomics in there. There's total coins is 1 billion, and the other project developers burnt around 300k at the moment. And then there is obviously ideas and plans in the future to play to burn and play to earn. So in terms of like what Cameron was saying as well, the tokenomics really are meme coin tokenomics. So it's very much supply and demand, and you'll see that from the chart yourself. So yeah, that's pretty much all we can say on the tokenomics.
But with 1 billion tokens in circulation, that's a great start as a game currency, because you need a huge liquidity, a huge supply to meet game demand. So it's going to have similar tokenomics as a meme anyway in terms of circulating supply and all that. So that's great, and you'll see it's a lot of liquidity. Everything's in Radium. That's how this project started. Like before Pumped Up Fund, there's no rug pools, nothing like that. We have no access to any of that. It's all through Radium. So it's secure in that way, and yeah, it's pooled Solo. It's all very secure in that sense. There's no rug pulls here. We could get to 1 billion, and it is what it is. In terms of holder count, you can go on Debt Screener. I think the highest holder count is like nearly 3%, 2.95%, and there's one at 2.38. Like, there's only a couple of wallets that actually have a substantial amount, but what is 2 or 3% in the grand scheme of things? The way that's going to be distributed, it's everyone sold off because they didn't believe in the project when the handover happened and the lack of promise from GameShift, which, to be honest, is probably the best thing for this project, because it's allowed it to get back down to investable figures again, where we can build a community chest that can then 100,000x and use that as game development funds. So like I said, the game is not on a blockchain currently. We are on a Web 2 hosting site essentially, and it is going to be a Web3 game. That is the ultimate goal. You'll see that in our roadmap, but we want to do that Web 2.5 along the way, where we integrate the Solo as a currency. We integrate like in-game purchases. It's all on a blockchain. It's just the game won't maybe be on a blockchain just then, but I don't see why we shouldn't be near end of Q3, Q4 that we're not a full Web3 game with the plans, how hard me and Stephen and the team work. Like, we don't stop. Like, you can see that with our other businesses. We don't stop with this. So this is going ahead regardless. We're putting 110% into this. William, is there anything else?
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's amazing. I like the fact that you guys are willing to push the project forward, and there are a lot of people who when it comes to like their own coin and that they worked so hard for, and they feel like, okay, this coin is probably might not go forward in the future, so they probably like rock the project straight up, and it doesn't really make sense because there are a lot of people who invested in this project, and there are some people, their life savings are in the project because they feel like, okay, this project is amazing, this project has potentials and all of that. So I like the fact that you guys are willing to push the project forward, and you tend to like future with the project in progress and all that. So that's fantastic. So moving ahead to my next question. So in terms of like security perspective, so what have you guys done? Because you know, we have a lot of hackers, a lot of people that's trying to like scam the project and all that. So what have you guys like come to like put together to prevent that?
In terms of hackers, like the community itself, we just man that. There's bots in there. We don't allow people to sabotage anything that way in terms of getting people to do anything negatively. The project itself, it's hosted securely, and we have our own game developers. It's not an in-house thing. We have a third party, and they're a huge studio. Not a huge studio as such, but it's like they have projects and their work is shit hot. Like, I can link anyone to it. It's quite a very impressive studio that they like the work they do. So basically, they develop the game for us, and they have all their own security metal there. And it's with actually you download the game and it's just on a server. So there is no way to hack the game as such just right now. It's all they have it all secure that side. So it's nice that it's third party also. Obviously going forward, that'll then move on to Web 2.5, where we're all going to have security with wallets and stuff. Like, that's all part of like what we're working through, how that looks like. So we don't have an exact answer for some of these things. We're only kind of week 2 into the takeover of this, like the project handover to do this properly. But yeah, in terms of hacking, it's I mean, everyone's susceptible to a hack of some sort, but I think we've limited this. We use secure passwords. We don't just use commonly used passwords as such. They're very secure with all our socials. Like, I don't think there's any way of hacking any of them anytime soon.
I think as well, just to touch on that, the game is actually based on Epic Games, so they're actually hosting the game via their platform and their server. So Epic Games, as everyone knows, are a huge development company, so you can put your trust into them for the moment for the game. And then obviously once it's moving over to the blockchain, it would be put onto Solana, and then obviously we would be relying on their security for the game. So yeah, I think that's a big part. I would just like to quickly say as well, on the subject of investors and things, Cameron and I are treating this like a business going forward. Everything that we do is going to be very structured. And in terms of the investors, the 5,500 investors, and anyone else that comes on board, we will be treating this like, you know, like you were saying, putting your life savings into a project potentially. We take it very, very seriously. We know that those 5,500 holders expect a return for their money, and everyone listening today who has money in meme coins, you guys get a return on your investment, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We will make this project a success, and we have a very structured plan for doing that. Like Cameron was saying, it is only the second week that we have taken over, and to be honest, we've spent the majority of that 2 weeks doing admin, trying to get all the passwords back from the other developers, trying to get access to accounts with codes, and you guys all know exactly what we're saying. You know, you email someone and then they need to give you a code, but they don't reply to you, and so there's been a lot of
Time zones.
admin. Absolutely, and there's been a lot of admin these 2 weeks, so we've not really been able to sink our teeth into the nitty gritty of tokenomics and potentially, you know, security plans going forward. But these certainly are things that are going to be addressed very soon. As you guys will see if you head to our social medias, we are focusing on primarily marketing. The idea is to get eyes on the project and then turn those eyes into holders, and then that then gives us plenty of liquidity for everyone else who is invested, because that's exactly like what we're going to do. We're going to treat this as an investment business, and going forward we have the 6-pillar approach, which I'm sure we'll get to a little bit later on. But I would just like to say that you can put your faith in Cameron and I. We are completely doxed. Anyone who wants to see exactly who we are, we're more than happy to do that. And we do run a very legitimate business on the side as well. So we are 100% out there already. It wouldn't take
Yeah,
very much for someone. It
we
wouldn't
live
take
stream every
much
Saturday
to.
night.
We do, yeah. We live stream every Saturday night with our own business. So it wouldn't take very much to put two and two together and figure out exactly who we are. We have no intentions of going anywhere. In fact, I couldn't be more excited to be part of this game development, to be handed a game and basically said, here you go, here's a game and a meme coin. Do whatever you want with this game. I mean, I couldn't be happier. I'm like a little kid at Christmas. We've got so many ideas, and the community is really getting behind us now. And it's really exciting for what's to come.
I think a big thing for me was I was one of those that invested when it was higher, and my portfolio was down 95% when it fell on its face. So I know how everyone felt, and a lot of people just sold for a loss, whereas I don't give up easily. I never do. And I was like, right, we're going to bring this back. It's an amazing game, and anyone that wants to play it, we can organize that to so you can get the link, or you can just watch our socials and see what the game content looks like. It's obviously still early on, and we've got so many ideas for it. But as this progresses, I have no doubt that this is going to be. I think the big thing is we all know that this cycle is going to be two main things. It's going to be AI and gaming. We know meme coins has been a bit, and I don't doubt that'll be like a third pillar to this cycle. But when liquidity starts pouring out of like Bitcoin, Solana, all that, when they're like unbelievable trillions, it's all going to these things. And gaming is there's only going to be so many games. There's millions of memes, but how many games is there? And how many memes have a game? Hence why when we took over, we took our focus from being a bit of this, a bit of that, a bit of this, like doing everything. We're still doing a lot of things, but we are 100% focused that it's a game, and we will continue being a meme coin on the side with building meme content from in-game, if you get what I mean. So you're essentially getting a meme project that's developed from Unreal Engine 5. There's not many meme projects even have that capability. So we have so much over any other project, and we have a game as well. So there's the AR NFTs. The whole idea is we want to continue with that as well. So when people are in-game purchases, potentially they can view them as an AR NFT also. So again, there's many, many things we're going through. We've got a roadmap, and we're just going to tackle everything we possibly can and more, hopefully. Back to you, Liam.
Sorry guys, I was just having a little bit issue with the mic. So moving ahead to my next question. This is going to be the last question from my side before we head on to the community questions, so they can have their time to ask their own questions as well. So when it comes to like partnerships, what have you guys done to a lot of people like to take the project out there, to make a lot of people hear about the project or know about the project as well, to make a lot of people see, okay, this project is very unique and very, very organic, because I believe you guys are organic as well. So it's really amazing that you guys tend to like make the project really organic, because that is one of the best parts about owning or running a project, a crypto project as well. Because when you don't have a good mindset that you can run this project in a smooth way, in the best way possible, that's when the bad instinct, the bad thinking starts. You feel me? So
Yeah, Liam.
that's one of the most important parts. So when it comes to like collaborations and partnerships and all that, what have you guys done? What has Solordia done to like add it to its growth and all that?
I think Stephen will have something to say with the roadmap, but I'll just start by saying that it is in stages. We have a roadmap for this reason, so we'll get back to that. But in terms of partnerships, I think a lot of projects go and blow all their budgets on trying to get listed on like centralized exchanges. Like some of them will pay 25 grand to get listed. They'll do all these attempts paying KOLs, much like this project did originally. They'll waste thousands and thousands. And we are both crypto guys, but we're both businessmen, and we understand what it takes. So the organic approach is always key. That is definitely the best. But if you can't get eyes on the project, there's no point. So our approach is more so in the marketing, in a widespread organic marketing. So we're doing the socials one big way, but we're doing a lot of TikTok, and essentially one of the biggest trends right now is about aliens and UFOs and the sightings this last few months over the whole of the world. So it's a top trending thing between that and obviously like the government releasing various documents saying that they've been tracking them, all these things. So it's a trending topic. So we're going to try and fit our game onto that hot trending topic, especially with some of the marketing attempts other games have done. So we've done our market research and we have an attack method, but in terms of actual partnerships, we are staying away from the big balance killers and essentially just partnering in a logical way with other meme projects that have like thousands and thousands of subscribers and holders. With our meme tournament, we're doing a lot through YouTube and TikTok and X, and also there'll be partnerships with other projects as such for in-game advertising. There's a lot of plans there. Stephen, have you got anything else to add to that off the top of your head? We kind of take these AMAs very casually. Like, we want to be transparent. We're not sitting there like scripted as hell. We try and come on these as unprepared. It sounds a bit backwards, but it allows you to kind of understand that like we are guys, we are human, we are doing our absolute best with this. We have the tools and the experience to do this, but we don't we try to take this as a casual approach so you understand us as humans also.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think in terms of the partnerships, like you were saying, we could potentially go and spend lots of money getting, gaming YouTubers and crypto YouTubers to play the game and get lots of eyes out there. And of course, that would be a great way to get, potential investors into the community. But we are going to be taking very much the organic approach to that. So the main thing for partnerships is going to be the fact that we are in a position where we have a game. So we're going to approach the other meme coin projects who are always looking for advertisement and to get their project out there. And we're going to utilize the game to do that. So the plan is to create the Battle of the Memes, where we will have 16 and 24, I believe, meme coin projects all battling it out in the game. And the idea is they can have their own skin in the game, and their community can really rile behind that. And potentially, there'll be wagers and things going on in the Discord channel. So yeah, in terms of partnerships, we plan to attract people to us rather than us trying to go to them and potentially spending a lot of money. So we plan to utilize the game for that. So partnerships is certainly the sixth pillar on the sixth pillar approach. So we have marketing as number one, number two is monetization, number three comes in at the community, then we have game development at number four, and then the Web3 integration. And like Aaron was saying earlier, potentially by quarter 3 or 4, this game will be on the Solana blockchain and it will be fully integrated, potentially with an NFT marketplace where these skins can then be traded, bought and sold. So the partnership, we are focusing on it, but it is a little bit further down the list, simply because the growth of this project relies on being more organic. So yeah, I think that's all we would have to say on
to add to that. I'd say chasing partnerships was the detriment to this project before our takeover. So they spent thousands and thousands on KOLs, like getting YouTubers to play it, and like they got all these promises no one ever put out. Even GameShift, like Solana Labs, promised like the investment and to host and all that. That never even came part. So like putting all our eggs in one basket was clearly not the right approach. So what we've done is we've got our own in-game, like in-house gamers. They're going to produce the content for us. We don't need to pay streamers to do it. Like we will do it and we will provide the content. And if the content's good, it'll get out there. Like, it'll get the eyes on it by that way rather than just paid views, if you get me. So we're taking a different approach, but I don't think it's a negative approach. It might at first seem a bit slower, but I think it's a compounding approach. And come mid-year, especially with a community chest idea, if we've say got like 500 to 5 grand sitting in a community chest, and then that 1000 X's, which is very possible, along that way, that is all going towards game development. So at the end of this, we could have a game that's rivaling Fortnite, and it will be on the Web3 blockchain. So investing at 200k, kind of a no-brainer, even if it's just like a meme coin. Oh, will I put so-and-so into a meme coin, or will I put into this game that might actually go and do something? I know me and Stephen both done meme coins before. We were hot in it in March, and we've realised what the space was about. And if you're not first, you're last. And if you're last, you're liquidity to someone else. This game is not that. It is a long-term game. And even if we part ways with the game in a year, 5 years, whatever it is, it's a Web3 game. The community owns it. There'll be in-game like revenue, so there'll be positions for someone to be paid to run the game. It's not like, oh, we've made our money, we're gone. But the game will continue long past me and Stephen. It will purely be there with in-game revenue for a whole team, even maybe more skilled than we are, to take it to new heights. So maybe next cycle, this could be one of the biggest played games. Certainly in a bear market, we're not going away either. Like, we're going to keep pushing this. So as a long-term investment, yes. As a short-term investment, yes. So yeah, back to you, Liam. Is there anything else?
Oh, no more questions from my side. But I like the fact that you guys tend to try to stay take all the details, answer all the questions accordingly, and still make sure that leaving no stones unturned and all that. So it's really amazing that you guys do that, because I have a lot of questions, but we still have to ask the community for their own questions also. So hey guys, it's time for the community questions. So raise your hand so I can unmute you right now. So okay, I see.
We've got 3 people raising their hands here.
Yeah, I see them. So Stephen, your mic is unmuted. You can speak now.
Hello, Stephen.
The mic is unmuted, Stephen. You can go ahead and speak now.
We're friendly, guys. We don't bite.
Maybe you do, Stephen. I think he's left. Maybe he's trying again. I know all of us have had some mic issues. We'll see if he comes back. If not, we'll pass the mic over to someone else.
Okay, I see Ethan. Ethan, you can go ahead and speak now. Oh my God, what is going on with their mics?
Yeah, if anyone wants to speak, maybe try close the app and then try again, because I had issues with that.
I'm audible.
We can hear you,
Yeah,
Ethan.
we can hear you. We can hear you, man. Go ahead and speak.
All right, that's nice. Appreciate what you guys have said so far. Sorry about if I'm having any noise from my background. I'm a little bit outside, and I'm having issues. Having issues with my mic. I don't know what's happened to Telegram, but it's kind of glitching my own side. So basically, my question is a very simple one, and it must not take too much of thinking. I just want to know if you guys have plan any engage you have plans to engage your player base, especially when it comes to non-crypto gamers.
Yeah, so to capture a gaming base, so we've realized when we took this over, we're trying to capture two different things, not like just a meme coin project where you're trying to get holders. We're trying to get gamers and holders and potentially swap across, so get holders to play the game and gamers to hold the coin also. So we're in the midst of moving one of the download links to not Twitch, 𝗖𝗛𝗔𝗚𝗟𝗓𝗔𝗟𝗦, which is like an indie game hosting site where a lot of people go to play all these new games and different games and that. So that's a bonus. We're obviously with our market attempts on TikTok and that, we're very much focused on following the trends that some of these other games like Among Us and all that have done, where they've advertised these games like, would you play another game? Steve, what was that other game that went amazing in the last few months? It was like an apocalyptic one.
Off the grid, maybe?
No, there was something else. There was another one. I can't remember. Anyway, they basically, all they did was put up videos of their gameplay and said, would you play this? And it went viral. And essentially, that's one of the ideas we've got as well, as long as we've got these in-game gamers that are very talented. So they're constantly creating gameplay. So essentially, we're just taking another organic approach to that. We're putting it in the right eyes. We all know that the most way that crypto as a whole is going to get adopted is through gamers. And if you're a game in the crypto space, you're one of the first places they are going. So it couldn't be more bullish that we're in this space. And I think when word spreads, our gamers actually playing the game will rise. I mean, when the game first got on, I was playing it and there was people in the lobbies. But when we just took over this project back in January, at the start of this month, there was no one in the lobbies. No one was playing the game. So no one's going to be able to invest in the game if no one's playing it either. So that is obviously one of the things we're doing. The old team never even really put any gaming content out. The game came out and there was no real gaming content. So we're obviously, that's one of our focuses, and you can see that on our X. So yeah, we're hoping that'll change very soon, and we should see that reflect in the price also. And we're doing a lot of play with us as well in the future, so people can play with the team and community and tournaments alongside the main tournament. So there'll be possibilities to win pooled solo also. These are all things we're going through. But yeah, thanks for the question.
I think as well, I think, Ethan, what a great question. I think as well, just to touch on it, the Discord community is going to be a huge thing. So we do understand that some people will purely be coming just to play the game, which is absolutely fantastic. If you're not interested in crypto, then that's okay as well. But there will be education pieces there as well, explaining exactly what the coin's doing, how to buy the coin, that type of thing. But the Discord will mainly be just for the gamers, and we will be hosting tournaments on there, wagers, and really engaging as much as we possibly can with the gaming side. So yeah, thanks very much for your question.
Basically, that was my next question. Actually, what you talking about the tournaments and for those who are not gamers, I really appreciate that you guys touched on it because that's what about to be my next question. And I think you guys are really done far when it comes to what you guys are building, especially when it comes to non crypto gamers, especially those who are using YouTubers who always streaming and trying to get their game in try to promote a game or something like all those influencers. I believe you guys games will reach a high utmost peak where the gamers will also be involved in crypto. Those who are not crypto instead people. So yeah, basically that's my question. I will pass the mic to somebody else. And yeah, that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your contribution.
Yeah, Ethan, I hope that's got the answer to your question. I hope it clarifies it. So I see the mic is unmuted already. You can go ahead and speak.
Guys, how you doing?
Hi, Kelvin.
How you doing, Commander?
Yeah, great, man. Thanks for joining us. What's your question?
Yeah, it's really a privilege, being here on the Shark Cruisers is really a privilege, man. So basically, I love what you've been saying so far. It's really great. You touched on some areas of the project. I love that. It's awesome. So basically, just to jump off with my question, I just wanted to know the kind of support and training does the project offer to newbies, new people that join the project, people that don't know much about it, and how quick are you guys to attend to some of their issues if they have any? That's basically my question.
Stephen, have you got anything, or do you want to take this?
Yeah, so I think one of Cameron and I's biggest mottos in business is be the reply guy, and it's worked very, very well for us. I mean, to give you an idea, our own business, our reply time is about 30 seconds. So we take every concern very, very seriously. So if you have questions, concerns about the game, about the tokens, you will be able to come directly into our Telegram, and we can guarantee you your question will be answered. You will not be ignored in our community. Everyone has a voice, and no question is too small. So in terms of the game itself, the development team would have to be dealing with any sort of in-game things that goes on. But once we have a foothold in the project, like I say, this is only week 2, we will set up potentially a Telegram room specifically for questions about the game. And in terms of people who aren't really familiar with crypto, yeah, there'll be lots of education coming this way on our social medias to be able to show you the benefits of having the coin, especially when it's integrated onto the blockchain. So we will do everything we can to make the process from playing the game to potentially being a crypto investor as easy and as smooth as we possibly can.
Well,
I hope
for
that answers your
example,
question.
if you told me you wanted to hold solo, how do you do that? Right now, obviously, if you know how to use like a DEX, then that's one way. You can go on to Jupiter and swap Sol directly for solo. But we do have a link on the website directly. I haven't actually checked it recently. It was something the previous team had installed, but basically you can, through a third party, buy solo direct credit card, if I'm right. Again, that was something the previous team did. We're going to follow up on that and make sure that's all still going, and just a seamless transaction for people that maybe aren't crypto guys, that they can get the in-game currency going forward straight to a wallet essentially, and then go and play.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. So we don't have a little bit of time. So, Commander Solo, is there anything like you would like add to the end of the session before we close it?
Yeah, I mean, I think all three of us apologise. If you did have any questions, we do apologise, because there was 15 minutes lost due to mics not working. I mean, I had to restart the app. I think Stephen was having issues and Liam yourself was having issues. I don't know what happened. But anyway, we did lose some time. We've lost some question time. So we apologise. However, going forward, if you are interested, follow our socials. If you have any questions, just get into our Telegram and just start asking. One of the things was the Telegram was dead. Like, the project had fallen on its face. So we've been trying hard to restart the enthusiasm in the community. So anyone that wants to come and join and get chatting to us and see what everything's about, you're welcome. If you had any more questions, just ask there. You'll see currently on our X, we've got a big dilemma. We jumped ahead and we just came up with a slogan, because we're just trying to cover ground and just get this project moving. And essentially it was called Fuck the Aliens, which is going on the narrative that essentially the whole world's talking about aliens and invasion. So we played on that. But some of the community didn't like the swear word or how it sounded. So we basically put it out there, and we're just trying to generate a better slogan. So if anyone has any suggestions or anything like that, just get involved and come in. Again, it's a community project as well as our project as such. We lead the project, but the holders, it's a Web3 game. Like, event is going to belong essentially to all the shareholders. So your vote, everyone's voice counts. So we try to put things to polls. We try and ask everyone's opinions. We don't just go off and do what we think. But sometimes, obviously, if it's in the interest of the game, we might overrule. But for the 99% of the time, we want to hear what everyone's opinions are. So we try and be transparent about stuff like that. Wayne, was there
Yeah,
anything
and I
else
think
you wanted to ask, or Stephen?
I think also our if you do have any more questions, then we have a weekly AMA over on our X channel where we share the progress from the previous week. So the Solordia week starts on a Wednesday and finishes on the Wednesday. So we share progress with the community and then we share what's going forward, and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions on that platform as well. Just to close up though, I would like to say it's been a real privilege today to come into the Shark Cruisers channel and speak to all of you. And I would just like to say that if you do decide to invest in Solordia, you should do your own research first, of course. This isn't financial advice. But you can trust in Cameron and I that we do have the best intentions for this project at heart. And like we've said before, we are fully doxed. It wouldn't take two and two to put together what exactly it is we're doing online. And we do take this very, very seriously. So I would just like to say once again, thank you for everyone taking the time today to come in and listen to what we had to say. Thank you very much.
Yes.
No, no problem, mate. No problem, man. So thank you for your time and everything. So this will be the end of the session. See you guys on 8 p.m. UTC for another session with another amazing project as well. So see you guys and stay safe, guys.
Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. And again, good night, everyone. And if we might see you over in the Telegram, if we do, come and thank you for having us. Cheers, guys.
Yes. Follow them
Thanks
on
very
their
much.
follow them on their Telegram, follow them on all their social media platforms and all that. So please make sure that you try to invest with the project. This project is amazing. They are really, really, really amazing project in the space, just like them. So stay tuned, guys.
Liam, you do great work. I'll continue following
Yeah, it's a
Shark
great community.
Cruisers.
No problem,
Really
no
is.
problem, man.
Thanks very much, guys. Take care. I'll speak to you all soon.
Yeah, no worries. Good night. Bye-bye.
Good night. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.